going to address this in a little bit different way, and that is how we're working with the regulatory agencies to accelerate development. What we've seen is really a very proactive interaction with, I'm coming from the US, so with the FDA, in terms of developing guidance documents for drug development specific for oncology that address the way that the innovations that we're seeing and the way that drug development is moving forward. We look at something like the recent approval of larotrectinib, which was done in a tissue agnostic manner. That is, there were, it targets a tyrosine kinase receptor, NTRK, that is rarely expressed in many tumors and expressed a little bit more in some rare tumors. The way that was developed, though, was to look across tumor types rather than in a single tumor, and the approval of that was based on the early sign from the first 55 patients who were assessed, showing that they had a very high response rate to that therapy. And in fact, there were over 20% that had a complete response in spite of being late-stage disease and refractory patients. And so working with the agency, I think, is one of the things that will be very important going forward and has changed the way that we do development now. Where the field is moving, and really one of the highlights of this conference, is looking at the precision medicine and targeting specific therapies to specific alterations in cancer. And so as we gather more data and the ability to both generate data and analyze it, the field is changing and our ability to treat individual patients is changing. So I think in the US this is certainly very actively being pursued and one of the major areas of active research right now. The notion of pairing patient outcomes in treatment with how we treat them and who treats them has been a little bit eye-opening for me during this conference, and I've really appreciated the cross-functional nature of the way that we have explored that in the last couple of days. I hope that this is something that grows as we go forward, and I think having conferences like this, making people aware of it, really is a great first step and will help in that effort.